Hey, it's Baz, filmmaker, dad, and the guy behind 20 Minute Gamer. Today I'm firing up RoboCop Rogue City on Steam. The original film is firmly cemented in my top 20 of all time, a brutal, satirical masterpiece wrapped in one of the best action soundtracks ever composed. So when I finally got my grubby mitts on an RTX 5070, this game was the first on my list. I had high hopes, especially because RoboCop on the Amiga 600 used to blow my mind. Let's see if this new title upholds the law, or if it ends up getting dumped in toxic waste. This channel is for anyone like me, too busy with work, kids and life to waste hours and hours on bad games. I review just the first 20 minutes to see if a title can hook you early, because sometimes that's all the time you've got to squeeze in some quality gaming. RoboCop Rogue City was developed by Teon and published by Nacon, the same devs behind Terminator Resistance. These folks clearly love their 80s sci-fi icons, and it totally shows. This game is a standalone story set between RoboCop 2 and 3, and it proudly flaunts its reverence for the original films like a Detroit police badge. Bloodstains and all. Peter Weller even returns to lend his voice and likeness, and the result is a game that doesn't just pay homage, it uploads justice with extreme prejudice. Story. I got lucky with my 20 minutes. It played out like a self-contained short film. You begin with a hostage situation inside a TV station skyscraper. A bunch of snarling punks with machine guns and questionable haircuts have taken over, and you, as RoboCop, stomp through the floors, dealing out justice one bullet at a time. You fight through building sites, office cubicles, and studio sets dripping in CRT static and neon light. All the while, your partner Lewis, who looks and sounds spot on like she did in the films, has your back. It's cheesy, yes, but in that perfect 80s way where every villain feels like a coke-fueled reject from a Mad Max knockoff.
Sorry, dude! The police want us to release the hostages! So no hard feelings!
The mission ends just as the 20 minutes are up, with you rescuing hostages and hinting at something bigger behind the chaos. A drug epidemic courtesy of everyone's favourite lethal narcotic, nuke. There's just enough of a storyline to pull you in with zero fluff. Honestly, it felt like I just watched the first act of a RoboCop sequel I actually wanted. Score 8 out of 10. Controls. Control on RoboCop feels chunky, deliberate, and very powerful. It's like driving a tank through a glass door and politely apologising afterwards. The mouse and keyboard setup is intuitive, and the devs smartly embrace his sluggish weight rather than trying to make him agile. You don't sprint, you stomp. You don't dodge, you outlive bullets. The main weapon is his signature Auto 9, a meaty hand cannon that spits out justice in 3-round bursts. It sounds like thunder and it looks like vengeance. You can also pick up enemy weapons, but let's face it, why settle for a pea shooter when you're carrying a firearm built like a cannon? There's a scanning mode that lets you highlight enemies, explosives, and objectives. It's extremely helpful, especially when tracking grenades mid-air, lining up a shot, and blowing some poor punk's legs off in slow motion. Every kill feels really heavy, brutal, and satisfying in that guilty, I'd buy that for $1 kind of way. Score 9 out of 10. Atmosphere. The game absolutely nails the 80s dystopia vibe. It's like someone rammed a VHS copy of RoboCop into a gaming PC and this game just fell out. The lighting is dark and grimy, every surface is either chrome, concrete, or soaked in blood. The CRT screen effects and UI overlays set the illusion that you're viewing the world through RoboCop's hood, complete with flickering text and static distortion. It's immersive in a way that few games actually manage, and it's not just visual. The atmosphere is also backed by ambient sirens, news broadcasts, and muttering criminals, all giving the game that familiar Detroit on the brink of collapse flavour. It feels like you're actually walking through the set of the original film. Actually, no, scratch that. It feels like you are the film. Score 10 out of 10. Music and sound. Let's break this down like RoboCop breaking down the door. Voice acting. RoboCop sounds amazing. Peter Weller returns with that deadpan delivery that could make ordering a Big Mac sound ominous. Dead or alive, you're coming with me, gets a mention naturally. Lewis is great too, feisty, loyal, and spot on, but it's all gloriously in keeping with the original film's tone. There's a few lines that sound like they were lifted straight out of the film.
We need to find another way. It is too dangerous to cross.
For me, but you can take the heat. Go, I'll figure something out. Besides, you could do with a head start. Go on.
Sound effects. Gunshots echo with metallic fury. Every step RoboCop takes is a thunderclap. Explosions are chunky, weapons reload with a satisfying clack, and every headshot is accompanied by a squelch you'll feel in your sternum. Music. So the RoboCop theme kicks in early, and when it does, instant goosebumps. It elevates even the simplest hallway shootout into something operatic. The rest of the soundtrack actually really follows suit. It's a brilliant use of orchestral bravado that screams Basil Polderis in all the right ways. Score, 10 out of 10. Graphics and style. From a technical standpoint, this game runs smooth as hell, but style is really where it wins. The lighting, the color grade, and the UI, all of it screams faithful adaptation. There are lens flares, grain filters, digital glitches. The blood effects alone deserve an award. Enemies don't just fall over, they explode like meat piñatas. The gore is relentless and hilarious. It's gratuitous, it's unnecessary, and it's exactly what RoboCop should be. Score, 10 out of 10. Gameplay. So the gameplay here is classic first-person shooter. Clear rooms, rescue civilians, and mop up bad guys with a grin. But there's some great touches. You can scan for threats, breach doors in slow motion, and interact with evidence and terminals all along the way. Enemies don't just sit still, they wear helmets to counter your headshots, toss grenades from cover, and yell insults that would have made Clarence Bodica proud. You can heal yourself with pickups, and the difficulty on normal is nicely balanced actually. There's enough tension to feel vulnerable, but not enough to make you rage quit. I reckon easy mode might feel more canon if you just want to roleplay like an unkillable walking tank. It's not reinventing the genre, but it doesn't need to. It's a throwback shooter with very modern polish. Score, 8 out of 10. The standout moment for my 20 minutes was without a doubt storming the lobby to the RoboCop theme. Brain matter was flying around, enemies were exploding into confetti, and me stomping through the carnage like an 80s action god. It was just pure joy. The kind of scene that makes you want to stand up, salute the screen and shout, "Dead or alive, you're coming with me." Final verdict, is it worth the 20 minutes? Well, it won't come as a surprise, this is absolutely worth your time. Whether you're here for nostalgia, sci-fi violence, or just want to live out your cyborg revenge fantasy, this delivers in spades. It's a very polished, bloody love letter to RoboCop and the decade that spawned him. I'd love to see this dev team tackle something like Die Hard, Predator, or Aliens next. Hell, just give them the keys to every 80s action franchise. This game doesn't just pass my 20-minute test, it cuffed it to a radiator and read it its rights. Final score, 9 out of 10. So, did you play the older RoboCop games? Have you got any childhood memories of the Amiga one like me? Let me know down below and I might do that one next time. If you enjoyed this review, give it a like and a comment please. I'm always up for chatting retro shooters, ultra-violence and cyborg justice. And if you're anything like me, you don't have hours and hours to sink into every game, and that's why I test whether a game can hook you in just those first 20 minutes. I'll see you on the next one. Stay out of trouble.